SpongeBob is about to be baked dry by the scorching heat. Squidward is about to turn into grilled squid too. It's sweltering inside the Krusty Krab. The restaurant is completely empty, so Mr. Krabs decides to take his business to the beach. The group squeezes onto a single surfboard. Mr. Krabs tries his best to attract customers. Patrick Star pops his head out of the water. He wants to climb onto the surfboard too, but the board simply can't hold the weight.
What'd she say?
Sandy gets swept away to a distant deserted island. Mr. Krabs is left floating alone in the vast ocean. The other three end up stranded on another deserted island. The island's natives warmly welcome the trio. It turns out they're very far from Bikini Bottom. The only way back is by surfing, but SpongeBob doesn't know how to surf at all. The locals try to teach them, but SpongeBob and Patrick Star are too busy fooling around. Squidward is full of complaints. They just can't seem to learn how to surf. So the locals tell them to go find a surfing master. Only he can teach the three of them to ride the giant waves. To get home, the three set off on their quest.
That's when I make a beeline for the tree line.
Could you pull over here? I gotta tie my shoe.
Again?
Soon, they found a signpost. Following the direction, a dilapidated thatched hut came into view. An extra-long surfboard jutted out from the hut. Squidward fainted on the spot from shock. SpongeBob rushed forward to ask for help, but the man didn't respond to them.
I've never seen anything more beautiful. Have you, Patrick?
Not since I saw my first triple-layer cheesecake.
That was your first lesson.
What?
Meanwhile, Mr. Krabs, drifting alone, was in a daze. He spent his days in the company of his cash register. At that moment, the Flying Dutchman suddenly passed by. Mr. Krabs accidentally knocked over his milk. The Flying Dutchman flew into a rage instantly. Mr. Krabs was so scared he clung to the cash register. Meanwhile, Sandy used the island's resources to build a 5-star hotel. She also built an airplane. SpongeBob, however, was still struggling with surfing. The surfing expert warned them of a once-in-a-millennium perfect wave. This was their only chance to return to Bikini Bottom. The three paddled hard toward the wave, but the raging waves instantly swept Patrick Star's surfboard away. Patrick Star fell into the water. SpongeBob rushed to reach out and save him. Squidward also frantically jumped onto his surfboard. Meanwhile, Mr. Krabs was still fighting the Flying Dutchman over the cash register. As a result, the cash register slipped from his grasp and hit Sandy. Sandy's plane crashed, knocking out the Flying Dutchman. Mr. Krabs took the opportunity to float to the surface. He happened to run into SpongeBob, but a giant wave engulfed Mr. Krabs. Fortunately, the surfing expert arrived just in time. Mr. Krabs was unharmed, so together they rode the giant waves toward Bikini Bottom. Meanwhile, Sandy's plane crashed straight onto Bikini Bottom Beach. At first, the residents thought it was an alien visitor. Later, when they realized it was Sandy, they all dispersed. Just as Sandy was muttering about her companions, SpongeBob and the others returned to the beach in a disheveled state. Everyone was getting ready to cheer and celebrate. Suddenly, the ground shook, and the surfer returned riding the waves. A lively celebration began.